Hi there, guys. Hopefully, everybody's coming online pretty shortly. I'm just going to get into bots for profits so I can see any comments that you might have. Because let's face it, normally I can forget these things, which is pretty bad. In fact, it's just embarrassing. The amount of times that I don't turn on my camera and don't turn on my desktop and all the rest of it is absolutely just a nightmare. So, what we've been doing, hi Jamie. So what we've been doing is we have been working on Chatammo an awful lot. Now, I know a lot of you guys actually come over from Chatmatic. And what it is, when we actually made up Chatammo, we didn't want to just have, excuse me, I'll just turn this heat off. We didn't actually want to have just another chatbot. And we didn't just want to have a ManyChat or a Chatmatic or a Chatfuel or something like this. And so, as you know, if you're already in Chatammo, what we've done is we've combined a load of other stuff together, all right? Now, and this led to me dropping over a message to Mike Filsain from Groove Funnels, obviously. Now, Mike Filsain was actually very interested in this. Sorry, I'm getting messages off my tattoo shop as well. No, so Mike Filsain jumped on a call with us yesterday, and we had a bit of a discussion. And we are now completely integrating with Groove Funnels. So we are going to be first choice for Groove Funnels. I'm also going to be getting a call from Matt Lights as well. So hopefully we're going to get something worked out with Matt Lights. So we're getting really, really into the whole thing. Hi, Angel. How are you doing? And so that's the whole announcement. So basically what we're going to have is we're going to have Chatammo and Groove Funnels all working together. And what this means to you, with any luck, it means, firstly, we'll get GrooveCart fully integrated. This is the plan. So we can have all of the items from GrooveCart be imported into your Chatammo account, imported into your e-commerce store, which then means you've got an Instagram e-commerce store. It also means we can integrate it into ManyChat, so we can have a ManyChat. We can integrate it through Facebook, so we can have a Facebook store as well. So that'll be awesome. With any luck, we're also going to get GroovePay integrated in there as well because they charge a lot less than what Stripe does. I want you guys to make more money. We also have all of the other integrations that Groove don't. So it means that now you can start charging people in any currency anywhere in the world. Right now, what's going to happen is we are going to be going live on a Groove Digital Presents. On, I think it's just the second told. I should be able to remember this. 26th of this month. No, 26th of June. We've gone on holiday in the second. My girlfriend decided to tell us last night, which she never told us before, but apparently she did. So we're going on holiday just shortly after that. So we'll be live on Groove. We'll be doing a presentation, which I'm not very good at presentation, so it could be very interesting with the way my mind works and going off on tangents. God only knows what the hell I'll end up talking about. So it also means that we're going to have Groove Mail integrated. Now, this is the really big part because this is what I really want. So we're going to have hopefully the affiliate side of it. So we'll be able to do the Groove Funnel sales exactly the same as what Matt showed you on his, where it's full integration. And it just sets them up and then it rebounds back, providing we can get all of the API keys sorted out. I hate saying all this because I like to make announcements after I've already changed everything. But I've been talking to a couple of people who know who they are. So what we've decided to do is, obviously, the lifetime, I'm going to keep on up until then, right? Because I don't want you guys to lose out on the lifetime because you guys have been with us for quite a while. Now, what this Groove Live means is it means that we're going to get an awful lot more people in, which means that we will probably be getting rid of the Groove Live and we're trying to be going on to monthly and a much bigger price because obviously Mike does have a certain amount of control over what pricing he wants to advertise. Now, so far he hasn't mentioned anything. However, it seems more fair. So if I can get you guys, well, you guys will get all of the benefits of it, but at the fixed price of what we have right now. So you don't need to worry about price increase if you already remember. Everybody who got in early is getting a great deal. So we're going to have all of the different integrations. We're even going to help for your webinars, everything. It'll be awesome. Because we sort of half need the we half need a funnel, depending on which way we advertise. So if we're advertising via Google or YouTube, which is my preferred, then I need to get them to a funnel first. Then on the front end of the funnel, we're going to then use that So this is another good point. We're going to use the front end of the funnel. Instead of having fill out your name and email address, we're going to have that directly going to Chatammo, right? Now, that's if you want to. Obviously, you can still do emails if you want to. Sorry, I've got this really strange thing that my girlfriend's got us to try and cut down on my smoking. It's not going to work, so I'm going out in the beat now. Anyway, so we everybody should be trying to get as many people in now as what you possibly can, because what's going to happen is obviously this thing's going to increase, and it's going to increase your turnover as well, which is the even bigger part about it. So we got all the messages yesterday. We are now in talks on Roop. So on Roop is now getting all the back end built on Groove. I need to find a Mint programmer who knows how to work both sides of these. So I'm on the lookout for a new fancy programmer, just so I can integrate from my side as well as them integrating from their side, and then hopefully we both marry up perfectly in the middle. How do I know that that's not so simple? But that's the idea. So the idea is we both marry up beautifully. What will happen is, though, we will not be doing what I know Groove has done. We won't be releasing this up until it's working 1,000%. Don't worry, I'm not going to be going, right, it's all working, jobs are good. And if it's not working, I will tell you, right, it's not completely 100% yet. I hate having things that not work. Anybody who's ever rang us up, then you know how panicked I get as soon as there's a problem, and it gets sorted out straight away. So the last thing we need is more headaches. So we're going to make this whole system work perfectly and flawlessly together. Now, we'll probably do some sort of deal for Groovelot, who's coming in new. However, it won't be as good as the deal I'm going to give to you guys, because you guys are my guys. You're in my group. I love you a lot. So what else is happening is Angel and Sue, they've been bullying us. It's terrible. Angel's on right now. They're just nothing but bullies. It's a nightmare. No, they've been telling us that basically I'm going a little bit too fast on some of the teachings that I'm on doing. So what we need to do is we need to start teaching a little bit easier. Easier, that's not the right word. We need to start teaching in a way that's simpler for you guys to learn. Hiya, Philip. And we can take you right from the very beginning, such as why you need a chatbot, what you should be using your chatbot for, and various things like this. So I'm going to start doing various different webinars, and these webinars will be released over a certain amount of days, right? So if you're getting in customers, if you send people to your affiliate link, then what can then happen is you can then every day send them to this different webinar thing once I get them all sorted. So I'm going to be running through a fair few different webinars to try and get them sorted out, because as you may have noticed, sometimes my mind goes off on a different tangent, and I can start off talking about chatbots and end up talking about hot dogs. I'm not too sure the way my mind works myself. Once it gets to 5 o'clock today, all my mind will be thinking is bigger. So that'll be a completely different thing. But what I thought I would do, why not actually start this today? So we'll do like a little bit of a run through of why you really need a chatbot. And it's no better time than what we've got right now, because this is possibly one of the biggest things that you could have going on. Because you're going to have both Chatammo, which is awesome. I think it's the best program out there, because we've got all of the various different things, such as lead getting, marketing. The marketing on Chatammo is awesome. The Groove can't actually do the marketing, but we can go to every different channel and drive people towards your funnels, and of course on your chatbots, right? And the reason we're going to do this, so I'm going to go through this a little bit. I made myself some notes. So the hope is if I make notes, I might not get quite so lost off. Let's hope that this is actually right and that I can do this. So start off with chatbots. The number one concern that you should have on any, thanks Patrick, on any side at all on where you're doing digital marketing is your traffic. Now, one of the main things that everybody thinks about when they think of traffic is a lot of people tend to not think of it as human people, as real I am, ordinary, everyday people who don't understand the internet. They don't understand this. If they give away their email address, they want something back in return. And what then happens is, if they're not getting something back in return, they're not going to give you your email address. Now, getting your email address has got more and more difficult. It's been worked out, actually, that if somebody gives you their email address, which they use to log into Facebook, that client will spend on average 80% more than what the average client will, which to me is 80% is awesome. I didn't actually know that fact. I picked that up yesterday, which I was so impressed with that fact. So you're looking at, if you get somebody's Facebook, the use and email address, you're looking about an 80% more increase in what that person's going to spend. Now, what happens is when you've got a funnel normally and you're asking for somebody for their email address and name, and how many guys has actually got this as well? How many guys have a second email address that they put down for all of that so that they're not going to be pitched to every day, left, right, and center about various different products that they may or may not have signed up for? Right? Because I know that I've got at least 3 different email addresses, and I don't show the email address. I'm trying to work out how to stand my phone up here. I don't use all my email addresses. A lot of them are just purely for what I consider spam. Right. So I always put down false email addresses. It's not a good thing to do. It's not a good thing to admit. And if you guys are digital marketers, yeah, right. So you all know what I'm talking about. So when they put down a false email address, that means you're making no more money off that person at all. So the biggest thing is, it doesn't matter if you're spending time or money to actually get a customer, right? It makes no difference whatsoever. If you're spending time, it takes a long time. If you're spending money, it can take a lot of money if you don't do it right. So once you get that particular customer, you want to keep that customer for life, right? This is really important. This is the crutch of everything digital marketing. I can't stress this enough. And I actually didn't. You've got 3. Oh, Jesus. Right. I actually didn't realize how important this was when I started off in digital marketing. In fact, the whole reason why I got into chatbots, I'll tell you why with chatbots. I got into them because I had a tattoo studio. And what I found out was it was taking me half the day to answer people while I was on tattooing as well. So if I was tattooing somebody, there was messages coming through Facebook, I couldn't get the messages faster, and they would go to another tattoo shop. Meant I lost a lot of customers. So I looked into this and I seen about chatbots. Now, once I've installed a chatbot in, all of a sudden, everybody was getting answers straight away. My business was building up awesomely. I was working. There was myself and there was one apprentice at the time. And what happened was we built up a really good list. We had an awful lot of people. I think we had about 4,000 or 5,000 people subscribed. So we were quite happy with our list in the tattoo shop. Then what happened was I've got a bone disease, right? This bone disease every now and again keeps on creeping back up, and I end up in a wheelchair. So I ended up back in my wheelchair again, and that meant that I couldn't tattoo anymore. If you watch my hands right now, I've got the shakes and everything. It's terrible. I can't draw a straight line to save my life. I can still do portraits though. Very, very strange. So what it meant that suddenly I couldn't do the work in the tattoo shop. And I was signed into a 5-year lease on my tattoo shop. I'm trying to remember how long it actually was. So this 5-year lease meant that even if I come out of the tattoo shop, there's nothing I could do. Oh, thanks, Craig. That's really kind of you. So there's nothing I could do to actually get out this 5-year lease. And if I just locked up the doors, I would have to pay my rent on my particular building for the next 5 years and not make any money out of it. But obviously, I couldn't tattoo. So what I decided I was going to have to do was start trying to work out marketing and try and sort all this little lot out. So I started running Facebook ads. Now, the number one thing I done with Facebook ads was I'd already started building my list. This is really important. And what I'd done with my Facebook ads was I used my list, and as soon as I put out the ad, I copied where the ad was and sent out to everybody on my list. What that then meant was I got 100 comments straight away on my Facebook ad, which meant my cost per acquisition went from, I think it was 10p per person who was seeing the ad and responding to it. It went down to 0.01 pence because I had that much interaction with it. And because they had seen all the interaction in it, they started interacting in it as well. So we had people who were already on my list had interacted with me ad, and the people who weren't on my list who had interacted with me ad. So I was getting, I think we got over 2,000 people all together wanting tattoos. It was actually a competition to win a free tattoo. It was awesome. They had to name what they wanted and name a person who deserves a free tattoo as well, right? So they would nominate another person, which then get them in, and it turned massively viral. Got over 5,000 comments. It was great. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is once I started doing that, people seen the results, and then people started asking if I would start looking after their places. So I got offered another tattoo shop for me to go in and manage, and this was above a really posh barber shop, and I got 10% of overall, which was cool. I quite like 10% of overall. And then I got various other businesses keep on coming to me and asking us if I would start running ads for them and running their chatbots for them and things such as this. So I kind of fell into the agency thing. The only problem is that I wasn't really into the agency because what was happening was I was going out, and at the time I was running ManyChat. So I was running ManyChat. That was all working cool. Then I needed to auto post. Then I had to pay Hootsuite, and Hootsuite can be expensive as well. So I've got all these different ManyChat accounts. I've got all these different Hootsuite accounts. I've got Canva accounts, and I've got Shopify accounts, and I'm paying every month for all these different things. Now, all of my customers were going really quite well, but then one day somebody went into ManyChat and decided that they didn't want to pay me my monthly amount anymore. But because they were clever, they said, it's my page, so I want him off my page. So ManyChat took me off my page, their page, and also give them my chatbot. So it was a chatbot. I'd spent a long time building this particular chatbot, which was a pig. I was not a happy person, which is what really, really upset us about ManyChat. Now, then I got approached by a different chatbot company, and they asked if I would start running their business side of it. So I started running their business side of it. And there was still problems with it. They weren't very good on tech support and all this sort of thing. And I knew that if I was still in the agency space, which I was at that time, if I was in that agency space, then that would annoy me every day because it just wasn't working properly and it wasn't right. Now, since then, run the agency, and a little while ago, you might have heard, I built this office here, and when I bought it, I fell off the roof because I'm a tool. When I fell off the roof, I shattered my leg, and so I've had loads of pins in my leg and whatnot. I've been laid up for quite a few months now. What that meant was, it meant I had loads of time to concentrate on what I really wanted the business to be. I decided I didn't want to do agency work anymore. I'll keep on a couple of my friends, but I don't want to do agency. I don't want to be going out and supplying to agencies and me working for agencies. What I want to do is I want to work with my ideal clients, which are entrepreneurs who have a particular mission. They have what they want to do. They're not necessarily putting money first. Money's obviously going to come as a massive byproduct. And they're not after branding. They're after something that's going to actually do the job and do the job well and get them to where they want to be, but also get all their clients to where they want to be. So no matter if they've got their own business or they're after going to help a load of people, that's my sort of clients. That's the clients I've been looking for. So that's what I bore in mind with the traffic, which is how come we then started up Chatammo properly, and I released my software, which I've been using for years, to everybody else. So that's the story behind Chatammo. And what actually meant was it meant that now I had a product that I could be proud of, that I didn't mind putting my name to, because I want a long-term thing. I want Chatammo to be bigger than ManyChat by the time it's finished. And what that also means for your traffic, getting back to me traffic again, what also means for your traffic is a lot of people's going out, they're not appreciating how important the traffic is. They're building up the Facebook groups, and they're building up the LinkedIn, they're building up the YouTube, they're trying to do SEO, they're trying to do all of this a lot. And there's a lot of bad times ahead. Now, you've seen all this before yourself. If you've been in marketing any length of time, and say you were doing SEO, which was huge. SEO used to be so simple. When I first had my tattoo shops, and I used to have SeanMcManus.com, I used to be a photographer as well. I still own restaurants too. But when I first had SeanMcManus.com, I could basically put in a load of keywords and have my site ranked locally. My record was 3 days. And within 3 days, my site was number one on Google. It was awesome. Now you can't buy SeanMac.com, which is a bit of a bugger because I love that site. So within 3 days, I can get things ranking. Then all of a sudden, the Google algorithms changed. Now, that meant everybody who was getting SEO at that time, it went. All of my sites dropped. Everybody else's sites dropped. It was a complete nightmare. But I wasn't really into marketing, so I didn't understand what had happened. I couldn't get my head around it. Now, Google's algorithm right now, you've got to have a load of backlinks, you've got to have a load of authority, and you've got to build up the various authority. Now, there is various different cheats, which further on we'll be going into, to build authority, but it's hard work. It's not a simple thing like what it used to be. Now, you've also got Google Ads, which Google Ads were awesome, again, and they were cheap as chips. Like, Google Ads were so cheap. Like, I could pay for my tattoo shop, and I'll be paying a penny a click all day long, and I was throwing out any old words there and just getting people in. So I had a lot of people hitting my site, which then helped the site rank higher, so on and so forth. Now, Google Ads then started changing their algorithms. Now, I'm still getting cheap Google Ads. I've no doubt that's going to change, right? It's the same as Facebook ads, which were the be all and end all of advertising. I loved Facebook ads. They were so cheap, particularly when you got a list. So you send your list to the Facebook ads, jobs are good and they all go to your Facebook ads. You get cheaper Facebook ads and you start saving an awful lot of money. Now, Facebook start changing that again. Facebook is now making it so that you have to pay them an awful lot more money and they're giving you an awful lot less choice. Now, the choices, that's the reason why I've just put in the Facebook interest finder in the Chatammo as well, because the way that they've narrowed down the choices is a way to make you spend more money. It's the same as what Google do. They suggest various ways which you should spend your money, which won't necessarily get you cheaper ads. So the most important thing, what I'm trying to say here, is you don't own any of the traffic that you're building on Facebook, SEO, Google ads, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads, anything at all. You don't own any of that traffic. So what people are doing is they're going out and spending money on an offer, right? So they're going out and they're spending money for, let's use Russell Brunson for an example, because he does it brilliantly. Russell Brunson goes out and he sells the book, .com Secrets, Expert Secrets, Traffic Secrets. Now, within those particular books, he charges $7. You only pay for free delivery. Now, these books are awesome. If you haven't read them, they're well worth the read. They really are very, very good. And they should be prescribed to everybody straight away. So because you get that much value out this book for $7, what that then means is it means that you're into his ecosystem. So he spent $7. He's got you now as a client. He's not spending anywhere near $7 to get that book or to pay for the advertising. So everything that he's on doing, that he's paying for the advertising, he's getting his money straight back. So he's putting in, well, I know how much he spends a month, but we're going to say $100. He's putting in $100 a day. And the very next day, he gets back $200, right? So no matter how much he scales that, he's doubling his money daily. And not only that, he's not just selling you that one book. He's getting your name, your email, because you must send him the correct email. Otherwise, you're not going to get the book. So he's getting your name, your email, and everything else. Now, he could be increasing that further by using chatbots, which he does on some of his pages. Another one is who Matt Let's-White works for. Grant Cardone, right? Grant Cardone uses his chatbot perfectly. He gets your right email address. He has a great flow going on. He keeps on writing back to you. He gets you engaged. And what they're doing is they're taking that section of people that they paid for them once. And then once you've paid for them once, you're keeping them forever. The best bit about this is once you get them onto a chatbot, you can label exactly where they've come in from. So if I run ads tomorrow for, say, gym owners, right now, I can go out, run ads for tomorrow for gym owners, sell them a gym chatbot. I can include a funnel in there. I'll show them exactly how to increase the business with a chatbot, do everything like this. But the most important part is I can give them an offer for more or less nothing, right? I can give them the chatbot away for free because I've got them now into my system, which means that anything else I want to upsell them, upgrade them, or anything else called the value ladder, I can now do because I've got all of their details. I know what they're interested in. I know if they're warm, cold, or whatever. Wouldn't go into that. And I know what else they would want. So, like I was saying yesterday about the offers, always think about whatever you sell the person is going to cause them another problem. How can you then go out and fix that problem with your bonuses, right? So we're on about getting these people and keeping them as your own leads in your own lists. So not only in your messenger bot, please don't just keep them in your messenger bot, put them in your email list. If you want to put them in your SMS list, put them in as many lists as what you possibly can, but make sure you tag them exactly. So you know, if you see an offer come up that you think's great, then you've already got a ready-made audience for that. So if I was to see an offer today for Canva free, right? Canva, a free method, how to use Canva, and I'll give you an affiliate link for Canva tomorrow. There's a one with the book, right? The book we're on writing at the moment. What I can then do is if you guys want to change your affiliate links, if you don't just want the book, if you want the book to use an affiliate, sadly, you will have to buy particular book software. I think you might be able to do it in PDF. But I could give you my affiliate link on this particular book thing, and I'll make a little bit extra money on the affiliate thing. And this can keep on going. So once you have somebody in your niche, in your emails and in your lists, you can start building up the trust factor. Now, hopefully, everybody here trusts us and knows that I am very, very true to my word. I don't like telling people things that aren't going to happen. I don't like having a system that doesn't work. and I like helping people as much as what I possibly can. So this is the ups and downs of marketing. So if you're using other marketing methods and you're only using them, hitting them once with one offer, you are going to end up losing money, right? There's no two ways about it. You can't just run an offer. For example, run an offer to Chatammo, right? You run the offer to Chatammo, you sell people the Chatammo. My girlfriend's just on texting as well. You sell people Chatammo, and from Chatammo, you've got no other offers. You've now spent all that money to make one offer. Now, if you spend that money and you get their email address and you put them on your lists, now all of a sudden, yes, you've spent the money. Yes, you've made a profit. Now you can continue making a profit and you can continue building up know, like, and trust. Now, I'm not saying go out and pitching them every day. Don't do that. That won't work. It's not the way to do it. The way to do it is build up the trust and make sure that they know that you're an honorable person. So that's basically how to survive and thrive. So your chatbot should be used all of the time. It's the fastest way to build your email list. You get an 80% higher spend rate with it. You're not going to get false email addresses. You're going to get more devoted people. People will pick up a message. Like if you guys get a Facebook message and your phone dings or whatever noise your phone makes, you pick it up. I pick up all my Facebook. I don't open them all, but I always pick up your Facebook messages. Now SMS used to be the same. You used to get 95% open rate with SMS messages. That's now fell. SMS now getting about 75% open rate. Chatbots are still getting roughly between 60 and 80% open rate. Now, when you combine that, when you compare that to email on a good email, you're going to get about 16%. Now, the conversion rate on a chatbot is also higher. So these customers who you've already got in a chatbot, you can then convert them higher again. Now, I was talking to this to Christian, right? Now, Christian's running a program for his e-commerce store, and he's going to be doing a done with you training, right? Which is awesome. I love done with you. I love training. I love done with you. I love the training. I love Christian. He's very, very good at what he does. So if I was Christian, what I would do, right now, I'm not saying Christian's going to do this because I don't think he particularly wants to. But what I would do is I would set up some ads. I would set up YouTube ads. I would target everybody who's looking for Shopify, looking for Groove.cm, looking for e-commerce, looking for everything. He's charging $99 per person on this training. I would then drive them to a webinar. And that particular webinar, I would tell them all about this particular thing. But to get them registered on the webinar, I would get them into my chatbot. Now, my chatbot could then take these people and it could be texting them. So an hour before, ding on your phone. It's about to start your webinar. Also tell them on your email and everything else. Now we could advertise once he does this webinar. You can do it once, set up that as an auto webinar, build up all of his email list all at the same time. So now he's got 10,000 people all subscribing to his email list and his chatbot list. He can then send out messages that we're doing a replay of the particular webinar. Right now, he can have his webinar absolutely perfect. He could advertise. He could go out and start marketing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days of advertising, run the webinar on the Thursday, replay on the Friday, and it's done, shut down again on the Sunday. Right now, that would make him an easy 10K per month. I see no reason why that wouldn't bring in 10K per month. There's a lot of people who want to use e-commerce to get rich. It's just another vehicle. The same as what Chatammo's a vehicle, sales funnels, ClickFunnels a vehicle, GrooveFunnels a vehicle. They're all just vehicles to make money, and it depends on which way you want to utilize that money. So within e-commerce, there's a lot of different things. You could have the restaurants, which we've got in ours. You could have shoes, anything at all that you want. Within sales funnels, you could have basically limitless, and exactly the same with chatbots. But sales funnels will not collect in the emails and build your list as fast as what chatbots will. It's estimated that by 2024, I think it's going to be about 70% of all businesses will have a chatbot in place. And that's just the chatbot side of Chatammo. Now, everything I'm saying here is evergreen. It works forever. It doesn't make a difference what happens in the future. Even if Chatammo isn't on Facebook anymore, it will be somewhere. But even if Facebook dies, Chatammo would be on something else within a matter of days, more than likely. What that means, it means that this particular way of getting your people, keeping your people there, and helping your people means that you're going to build a list and you're going to start building long-term wealth as well as short-term wealth. So rather than, I keep on saying this, rather than paying for your adverts one time, pay for your adverts one time, get a load of people in, keep them, right? Pay for your adverts next time, a load of people in, keep them. Automate everything that's coming up. So automate your sequences that's going to come. Make your sequences help them. One of the first sequences I always send out is, did you find everything okay? Yes or no? If they click yes, cool. Now, this we done on Groove Funnels. When Groove Funnels was going, changing over to live, what we done was we set up the messenger bot, sent the messenger bot, right, here's your free funnel. There you go, that's all free. And you're going to give you all of this as well. So they're going to click remain. Then I'm going to give you all these bonuses, so on and so forth. So they all go in and get this free funnel. Now, next, I would send a message 24 hours later and say, did you find everything okay in this free funnel? Now, if they said no, it's pointless me trying to pitch them because that's not going to work. So if they say no, okay, did you find a problem with with Groove Funnels? What problem? What are you most interested in? Marketing, sales, nurturing, right? So then they'll go down each particular path. So we make a path directly for them within my chatbot, which then means I can label them all the way down, which then means that label also gets applied to the email list. So now I've got an email list that I know somebody's really interested in marketing, they're interested in sales funnels, they're definitely going to be interested in chatbots, they're more than likely going to be interested in the likes of Grammarly. If it wasn't Groove, they would have been interested in email marketing as well. And all of these different add-ons, I can get paid every month for. So I don't really need to run an agency as such if you're selling the hardware and you're making affiliate payments out of the hardware, right? So you're building up not just one money revenue, one stream, one stream. You're actually building up a fair few different streams, which are all leading towards the same point, right? Now, this point is obviously the traffic and everything else, which is what we're doing. Now, this is where a lot of people are getting a little bit stuck right now. If this is you, please tell me, because this has happened to me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. And if it was, then I'll be heartbroken if I was the only one. I started off, right, on a fair few different things, right? Whenever I've started off anything, I've started off and I know where I want to be, right? So I'll go, I know I want to help people there, or I know I want to particularly sell this or whatever. And once I start off, I'm all guns blazing. Then I'll hit a problem, right? I'll hit like a barrier with some description. There'll be something I don't know how to do, right? And if I don't know how to do it, I'll then spend ages, and I mean age. I've spent 2 weeks doing this, going through YouTube videos, Google searches, going everywhere trying to find the solution to this one problem. How many other people has actually done this? Because I'm sure it's not just me. If it is just me, I'm so embarrassed. Please, somebody else say they've had the same problem. What then happens is you start procrastinating. So you start getting nothing done at all because you're just running around in this one particular circle trying to get this one problem solved. And this one problem is stopping you from actually getting anywhere else. Now, this is where things are hugely different. Rather than thinking about how to solve this problem, right? You're all in this group together. We're all in this group together. There's a lot of things I don't know about. I'm thick as two short planks on an awful lot of things. We're all in this group together, and every one of us, I know for certain fact, has certain things that they can do really well. For example, Christian, I said, yeah, I'll come on and speak. However, I wouldn't mind perhaps a little bit of help with an e-commerce store, because I haven't got a clue how to build an e-commerce store. And let's sell some Chatammo merchandise, right? And Christian liked that idea. You don't have to pay. If you've got the money, yes, you can go out and you can pay people, but there is something that you can offer. So never just think about the payments. And what we done a while ago, my sister bought hairdressers. If she's watching on my person, I'm going to get wrong here. Right, my sister, we bought this building that my sister wanted as a hairdresser. She's an amazing hairdresser. She works for Tony and Guy. She's awesome. And so we bought this building, which used to be a restaurant. Now, my dad used to be a builder. And at the time, I was working as a photographer, so I was self-employed. I had plenty of time in between working when I could go up and help. Now, going up and help turned into we're knocking this whole bloody thing down and then rebuilding it. Now, the biggest problem was I didn't have any idea about building. I was hopeless. I learned an awful lot because it took us 18 months to build this damn thing back up again. We're knocking down walls and everything. It was all dry stone walls. Oh dear God. So 18 month, in the winter, we're working there with no roof on, no windows on. I've never been as cold in my entire life. Now, I didn't know everything, and we had to bring in people. We had to build in electricians. I wasn't going to start learning electrics. We had to build in plumbers, planning designers. The council had to come and check various different things. We had all these different things going on, but it wasn't how to do it. It was right. Who can we ring up to come in and help us? Now, I then set up actually my first tattoo studio. Was in my sister's hairdresser. It was in a little sort of building next to it. So when I was doing my first tattoo studio, I done it all myself. So I was leveling the floor, I was doing knocking through drywall, putting my sinks in there, tiling it all out, getting all the stainless steel in, the whole lot. Now, when I moved to my new tattoo shop, which is huge, I had a load of clients who were coming in for their tattoos, and they knew how to do these particular things. So I had a carpenter, I had he was a floor layer, he used to lay them in banks. It was brilliant. I had a plumber who was on tattooing. I had all these different people who were all getting tattooed at the time, and I wanted all of these people to come and help me. Otherwise, I would have been on for ages trying to get my tattoo shop open. So I didn't want to go and fork out a load of money for them because I was already forking out a stack of money for all the different bits of wood and things like. If you've seen the price of wood right now, it's scary. So I was spending out a fortune on the actual materials. And rather than me spending out a fortune on paying them as well, what I said was, right, listen, you do that and I'll do your tattoo. I'll finish off your sleeve for you for free. And so we all just traded what we can do. Now, you guys all know something. So I know for a fact all you guys can go in and start trading. One thing that you need doing, and you don't know how to do it, put it up in the group. Say at the group, right, who knows how to do this? And then they can then say, right, okay, well, I know how to do that, but I don't know how to do it. You don't know anybody, do you? And you can go into the whole trading thing. And this is going to make you 10 times more successful rather than you trying to learn every little part, right? Which we're going to have listed down in the book. But rather than learn every single part or letting not knowing a particular part hold you back, if you start taking these trains I'm going to be given, start taking those. And as long as you know the theory behind it and why we're doing those particular parts, and you can tell people where your vision is, people are attracted to motion. If you keep on moving forward with whatever your business is, people will come to you and say, right, do you want a hand with such and such? Right? It's cool. It's great. Everybody wants to be part of something that's great. And all you guys have got something great on happening right now. At least I hope you have. Right. So let's have a look. I don't want you to stress about doing anything. So that's one of my main keys. I don't want you not knowing how to do something stopping you from starting moving forward. I'm going to actually put a video up today in the group, and this Miles somebody or other, but he was speaking at traffic live conference, Traffic Secrets Live, and he says something about it's not knowing the how to do something, it's the knowing that you're going to do something that's going to actually bring you money. And I believe this wholeheartedly. Like I don't know how to do a lot of things. Every time Facebook used to change their ad thing, oh dear God, I would then get lost off and I would go and pay somebody to show me how to work the Facebook ads again because I just couldn't be bothered to try and work all that out. It could be like 3 days. So what I want you to consider, how to get traffic really, really easily, right? I want you to think about who are your dream customers, right? Like I was saying before, when I had the agency, I didn't particularly like my customers. My dream customers are entrepreneurs who want to make a difference, who want to make a lot of money, but that's a secondary. They want to make a difference firstly, right? So that's my dream clients. That's who I really want to help. So if I'm going out to a pub and the pub's full, I've got the pub on my mind now because I've gone out shortly, and the pub's full of all of yous lot. I know I'm gonna have a good night. I'm gonna have a good chat. I'm gonna get fully down drunk, and you'll all be embarrassed and then cancel all your accounts. But I know I would have fun because you guys are all cool. You're my kind of people, and I want you to find your kind of people. So, who are your dream customers? Who is it you would like to help? Who is it if you walked into a pub, you wouldn't go, oh God. I'm pretty certain Mike saying on his cruises, the Marketers Cruise, I'm pretty certain he more or less likes everybody in there because he's built out a particular tribe of people who follow him. Start building your tribe. And the way to do that, once you already know who it is who you want to help, start thinking about what bait they would actually want. So what is it that you could offer them that they would go, awesome. Now, Russell Brunson done this with 180 split tests. Right now, nobody who isn't massively in digital marketing would want to sit through and read 180 split tests. I would not, unless I was hugely into marketing, want to know that a yellow button will perform 6% better than what a black button will. I don't. Nobody ever needs that information. This information my girlfriend gets when I'm drunk and I start talking. She hates me with a passion. But this is the sort of things he attracted people like that. I was ClickFunnels member for an awfully long time. We work awesome with ClickFunnels as well. But I was ClickFunnels person for an awfully long time. And it was this that really attracted us because I would sit and read these figures for ages. It was so sad. I am that that much of a sad person. And then you've got to consider you have three types of customers inside of your ideal customers. Now you've got cold, warm, and hot. Now, your hot people, the hottest people that you've got are with the people within your email list. They already have started to build a know, like, and trust within your email list. So your hot people are awesome, and that's our object, to get everybody onto your list and becoming hot. Now, the differences. Cold people, they know they have a pain point, but they don't know there's a solution out there, right? They have no idea. So the pain point is they're spending money on ads and they're only getting one bite of the apple, right? So they're doing exactly what I was just talking about before. So many people do. So they're going out spending money on ads. They only get one bite of the apple, and they can't understand why it's costing them £100 in ads and they're only making £70 back, right? No clue. These are the cold people. Now, if I go into another example, actually, Russell Brunson used, imagine that there's a huge mall with a food court in there. It's like if you go in there and shout, right, who wants a funnel? Nobody's going to answer you. They haven't got a clue what a funnel is. They've got no ideas whatsoever. You could be talking double Dutch. They'll probably point you where the funnel cakes are, but that's about as far as you're going to get. So cold people, you need to approach in a different way, right? You need to approach pointing out their pain point and then beginning to show them a solution, right? So the solution for Chatammo could be, do you want to make more money online, right? Something like this. It could be, are you trying to build your email list and you get nowhere, right? Now, you've next got your warm client. Now, your warm client actually knows they've got a problem and they do know the solution out there, but they don't know which solution, right? So, for example, I'll use ManyChat and Chatmatic. Right, so they might know that they need a chatbot, but they don't know which chatbot to choose. So they don't know if to choose ManyChat or Chatmatic. They're both pretty much the same. Don't know the difference. Can somebody please tell us the difference? That kind of thing. Now, this is a place where we can go into and say, right, okay, we know that you know about Chatmatic and ManyChat. However, there's another option where you get all of this plus what they're already offering, right? So you're going to get everything for half the price of what you'll pay for them. So that's your warm audience. So you can approach them a little bit different because they know that they've got a problem and they know that there's a solution out there. They just don't know what the solution is. So these people can educate them as to what the solution actually is. So the cold, we can build up to one person until finally we get to the hot. So the hot people are the people who's in your email lists. Exactly, right? Imperfect action is the whole thing. If you don't start making any sort of action, it never works. It's just, I've done it for so long. I got blinded by reading. I must have read every market and secret book and every webinar I was on, and oh my god, but your hot people already know, like, and trust you. So your hot people is so simple to sell to. They know they've got a pain point. They know that you've got a solution, and they know that they can trust you. So you've got all 3 points there. And it's awesome. It's all about pushing over your first big domino, right? Once you get that first big domino down there, it's really simple. So the important thing to remember is you would build different landing pages per different people, right? So if you've got cold audience that you're appealing to, you build a different landing page for a cold audience than what you would for a warm audience, than what you would for a hot audience. A hot audience, let's face it, pretty much I can sit and chat with you guys and say, look, we've got a sale on, blah, blah, blah. And you guys knows, and they go, right, okay, well, if you've got a sale on, I'm buying. That's it, because you already know that I'm pretty honest. Well, I'm very honest, but otherwise it sounds like I'm boasting. But you already know me. Hopefully you like us a little bit, and you pretty much trust, I begin to trust what I say. So you know I'm not out to rip your eyes out. You know I'm here for the long term, not just short term. So different landing pages and different chatbots. Now, I'm not saying you need to build out 3 different chatbots all the way through. You can just ask them, what's your experience level? So within digital marketing, what is your experience level so far? I'm brand new to this. I have some experience. I'm a master, right? We can then challenge them down even further. So we're tracking them and making them exact path, an exact sales path of where they're going to. So now not only we building our list, but also building a sales path of where we're going to land them to. They're all going to land in the same place. Unless, of course, you've got something else you want to sell to them first, which would help them more. So that's what we're doing. We're actually building a complete sales path. Now, another thing that happens is a lot of digital marketers will, I don't know how to put this. I've done it myself as well. I'll try and tell people how much better something is. So I'll go, in fact, you've just heard us do it. So if people are looking at ManyChat, I'd say, right, okay, well, you can get ManyChat, but Chatammo's better. Now, that's not really going to help, right? What you want to be doing is you want to be taking people, not as just a better, right? So faster, quicker, more money, this sort of thing. You want to be giving them a brand new opportunity, right? Now, a brand new opportunity is, listen, I know you like chatbots, right? Chatbots are cool, but if you can't get the traffic through a chatbot, if you can't auto post and actually start getting the traffic in, your chatbot isn't going to work. If you can't manipulate your photographs within the chatbot, if you can't build an e-commerce store with inside your chatbot simply isn't going to work. And so what we're doing is we're saying, look, it's not your fault that you failed with this. We're not going to tell them that you failed. It's not your fault that this hasn't worked for you, right? It's actually the software that you're using. The software that you're using doesn't do everything that you need it to do. And that's really sad. It's a little bit like when funnels come out compared to websites. Yes, websites are good. Funnels are better. Funnels will lead you in one direction at one sale. Funnels are good. Chatammo's better. It can lead you down many different inputs. So the top of your funnel is now huge. You've got Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Blogger, WordPress. You've got all of these at the top end of your funnel as you make an offer. So everybody who's coming in, we're now taking them off in individual different parts of the funnel when they're ready. So we're getting the exact points. Now, a lot of them as well will actually try and sell it from gain pleasure. So there's only two types of selling. There's keep moving away from pain or moving towards pleasure, right? Really simple. Dead easy to do. Now, a lot of people when they're starting off, they will try and move people towards pleasure, right? That can be a good thing. However, it doesn't sell that well, particularly not to a cold market. A cold market aren't even thinking about the pleasure right now. They know they've got a pain and they want a solution to that particular pain. If you're trying to sell them a solution on pleasure, so let's take make money online as a niche. So people in a cold people, little blue people who stand over in the corner, cold people, they aren't thinking, right, I want a Lamborghini. They're thinking, right, I want to get some groceries in. I've got no food in the fridge. I need some money. How can I make some money? Right? They're not thinking about Lamborghinis, Ferraris, all this sort of thing. Now, once they start and once they know the solutions, then yeah, you start thinking, right, okay, what would I do with 10K a month? What would I do with 100K a month? What would I do with all of this? I guarantee that right now, when you guys make it to 1 million, I know that you've already got plans on what you're going to spend, what you're going to spend some of that money on, right? I know I'm going to go and buy my parents' house for them, right? So I know everybody's got a particular thing that they want to go out and buy when they get their particular amount of money that they want, right? That's because you're already in the system. You can see the system's going to work, and so you can start planning a little bit of what you're going to do with the system, right? So hopefully this is all making sense. So don't think pleasure, moving away from pain is easier. When they're warm, then you can push them more towards pleasure, right? And when you make an improvement offer, already went through that. Yeah, so opportunity offer, just to reiterate on that, because I've wrote down a great note here. Opportunity offer is what I've wrote. This is how sad my mind is. What you're using sucks. What you're using is crap. You want this, right? So you're actually giving somebody a better offer. You're not just saying you're going to improve it. I think that's actually, it was something about Trump winning. And he didn't just say, we're going to improve. He made a brand new offer. I'm sure I read something about how he made an offer and how that worked so much better for him because all of a sudden he was a ninja. Right, that's it. So what we're talking about before. So the bait that we're going to use all of the time is you're going to think of something that you're going to offer them really, really cheaply, right? So really cheaply or free. So if it's Chatammo, we've got a free section just for you to do this, right? I'm so lost. I'm always the only one watching the lives. from Sean's private page, so missing out on all the comments. Um, why don't you just got in the group, Christine? It would have been so much easier. Right, so let's have a look. Right, so what you want to offer them first is something small and cheap. Right, so with Chatammo, we have it free, right? We've got a free Chatammo for 2,000 users, right? So they can have 2,000 users signed. Obviously, that's all going to be dropping pretty rapidly. So if you haven't got Chatammo already, that's the time to do it. But you want something that's really cheap for them to come in. So an introductory offer that's not going to be more than sort of $20, $30, right? So you want something that sort of level. Now, from there, you're then going to start with your value ladder. Now, I'm going to go into value ladders. We'll probably do a full thing on value ladders. But your value ladder is going to go from the cheap product to a more pricey product, to a more pricey product, more pricey, more pricey, more pricey. And it's going to keep on going all the way up, right? As far as what you want to do it. So let's use Christian's example again, because I was on about is done for you. So any of you guys who want to do it, then if you've got an agency, you can do this as well. So your first offer might just be, listen, get this chatbot in for free. It's going to help you no end. It's going to really, really help your whole business. Right? That's it. Completely different from any of the chatbot. This is a brand new opportunity. It's going to get you seen by more people. It's going to make you be able to respond to more people. It's going to automate your entire business. And it's going to mean you can sell from any of your social media. Now that's your free offer. That's your free offer or your cheap offer, because you can say, right, okay, listen, if you upgrade now, you can get it for one-time price. This won't be very this won't be very long that the on-time price is on. Now, that's a done with you, right? That's do it yourself, sorry. Now, next, you're going to have a done with you. Now, the done with you is your next step up. So you say, right, okay, listen, you've got all the system in, you've got it all working. What I can do, though, once a week, I can jump in with you. I can help you do exactly what you want to do. I'll take you through the entire training. Sometimes I even say I'll set up the whole chatbot for you. I'll set up the e-commerce store for you, or whatever. Now, that's your next offer. That could be, let's say, for Daphnis, $300 per month, right? So as Christian's doing, he's setting up an e-commerce store with people. He's taking them through the exact things they need to do, and step by step. And your next offer is, right, I'll do the whole thing for you, right? You don't have to do anything. Basically, you pay me, I'll come in, I'll run your entire store for you. I'll run the chatbot, I'll get the marketing in there, I'll do everything. So you can do this on e-commerce, do it anywhere at all, any single offer you've got. There's an offer in there where people want to pay you so that you will go in and do it all for them. Now, I've got my mind on drink now. Right, so what happens with me is I get quite a few people who come to me and they'll say, right, will you run my Google Ads for us? And so they'll come in and I'll then start running their Google Ads for them. Now, running a Google ad takes next to no time at all, but they can't be bothered to learn. They can't be bothered to learn it. They'll just go, I can't be asked. It's just somebody else do the whole thing for us and sort it all out. So I'll then jump and do the Google Ads. Now then I can go into them and say, right, okay, listen, you've got your Google Ads working treat. However, your landing page is shocking. You've got no follow-up on it. You're trying to collect people's email addresses and they're not leaving it. What you need is a chatbot in there. Now, what I can do is I can install the chatbot for you. I can run off the chat. I can look after the chatbot. We can have the whole chatbot reacting, and we're also going to start driving traffic from all of your other social medias. Right? We're going to start automatically uploading your WordPress and all this sort of thing. Right? So for Christian's offer again, Christian's offer. Sorry, Christian. So first off, Christian could have YouTube ads. So you could be running YouTube ads. Do you want to learn e-commerce? Right? Use our hand-holding system, which will get you from beginner to expert, and then hopefully got some proof. Right? So all of these YouTube ads are running. Now you can run them to the cold traffic, the warm traffic, and the hot traffic. Because remember, the hot traffic, we're building them. They're going to be email list. You can also then run some Google ads. So the Google ads, both going to come back to a sales funnel. Sales funnel is going to have your chatbot in, and then you're going to warm them all up. Then you're going to have your webinars. Your webinars, your chatbot's going to keep on emailing people, say, look, your webinar's coming on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll market the hell out of it. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we just close off all the ads. We then let the webinar run. We have all the various different replays, and then you make all your money during those few days and letting your chatbot do all the work for you. Right, so that's the first little lot. So we'll keep on going about traffic up until, well, it's highly appreciated what I'm saying. More lives, my book. Don't worry, there's plenty more coming. So hopefully that's got you a little bit juices flowing about traffic. Hope it's got you excited about grooving about what Chatammo's doing. Now, what we have got at the minute, please don't forget this. We've got the lifetime deal. If you haven't already upgraded, please jump in and get the upgrade before we do the price increase. I know that we've just done a price increase, but there's going to be another one. And at the minute, we are still ridiculously cheap. We are cheaper than anything else out there, and we have 3 times the amount of stuff out there. So it's over at funneltemplates.net. And we're going to be shortly giving away an awful lot of Groove funnels as well. So I'm going to be sending those over to you. Well, everybody who's already a member. Remember, we've got the whole membership site as well. And we're going to be putting up some other stuff. Isn't it just cheap? Like me, just cheap and that. Just cheap and no good. So yeah, hop on over because you also get the extended membership of the your online empire, which is awesome. And I've got a load of stuff coming in there that is just so good. And I'm also going to be having a couple of words with Mike, and I'm going to see what other stuff we can get. And very shortly as well, I want to actually start inviting you guys to first off share what your particular speciality is. What is it that you're really good at? Let's get you all starting a network. We can make a lot more money by networking than what we can by ourselves. I'm also going to start in the next few weeks. I'll probably start reaching out to some people to start having interviews. So anybody who you want us to see if I can get on for an interview, that'd be awesome. We'll get them on and we'll do some live questions and answers with them. If you have any questions for me at all, please ask them in the group. I will find them eventually. Although sometimes at the minute the group sometimes not popping up and I'm not getting proper notifications, which is very strange. It sounds like the post isn't available. I don't understand what's happening there. But well, Sue and Angel keep us right. So those two will tell us because they're cool. They do everything. I do nothing. I just come on here and talk with a load of mates. So if you want Chatammo, please go and jump over to funneltemplates.net. It's awesome. It's cheapest it's ever going to be. And we're definitely not going down. Lots and lots coming. It's going to be ridiculous, actually, Tyler. I'm half dreading it and half looking forward to it. It's kind of one of those swings and roundabouts things, I think. Could be really interesting. Right. So that's it for today then, guys. So hopefully that's been some use to you. Just try and find the actual page. So hopefully that's been some use to you. If you have any problems at all, please don't hesitate to ask us. If you want to jump on a live with your problems, I'm more than willing to do that as well. I'll happily jump on a live with anybody's problems because that'd be quite cool. Actually, it would help. And it would help an awful lot of people as well. And if you have a particular business idea that you're kind of not getting quite right, I'm saying this because I know for a fact Christian hates going on live video. I will get Christian on live video because he just said there before, do a few more lives, I'll get my business all sorted. I'm going to get Christian on live. Eventually, he will give up. And then once we get Christian on live, we'll go through his entire business and we'll have a complete e-commerce tutorial on how to set up an e-commerce tutorial, which would be quite cool. Yeah, it's kind of Inception. So we're going to have all that little lot going as well. So anyway, I'm going to get going because I've got to try and make myself look presentable. Otherwise, my girlfriend won't be seen out with us because let's face it, I'm not a good looking fella. Got a face made for radio. And it will be pretty awesome. I can't wait to show you the whole journey that we're going to be going on. Right. Thanks for watching.